most trustless name in news.
Spotting things early. This is a key skill in the crypto markets. It's the difference between 2x gains and 10x gains. If you're the first to find what others cannot see, you will enjoy the most rewards. That is one of the skills we have tried to sharpen throughout the years of making crypto content. And today we're gonna put that skill on display. So wake up early, dress sharp, because it's time for Chico Crypto. There is no doubt in my mind, RWAs, real-world assets, and their protocols will be the hype of this cycle. I've been saying real-world assets would become big even before they were a thing. I first started looking into RWA protocols all the way back in 2018. And finally, it seems, in 2024, RWA projects are going to lift off in a big way. I'm bullish on multiple RWA projects like the OG in the Space Centrifuge and Goldfinch, who I just covered last week, and of course a few more. But 10 months ago, in January of this year, in the depths of the bear, I decided to dive deep into an RWA altcoin because I saw a major opportunity. As we can see, before the FTX fallout in September of last year, Maple got all the way up to rank number 215 on CoinGecko with a price of $19.11. Looking at the price of Maple today, it's been crushed. They are now ranked number 510 with a price of just $3.58. Most people would see that and stay far away, but the product Maple has built is going to be big next bull run, and I see opportunity. The coin was Maple, and it fell from over $19 in September of 2022 to $3.58 in January of this year. Well, guess where Maple is back to? It's back and even higher than it was in September of 22. It has reclaimed its market cap and then some. And this year alone, Maple has increased by nearly 450%. Well, guess what? I believe Maple is just getting started. If you didn't know, just a couple days ago, Maple announced a big partnership, a collaboration with Circle, the entity behind the stablecoin USDC. This is very interesting because of something that happened a couple months ago. Circle launched and announced something. It was the Perimeter Protocol, whose goal was very similar to Maple's, to build tokenized credit markets. Well, guess what? Perimeter seemed to be just a copy pasta of Maple's code, and Maple founders called them out for this. From the article, we can see head of growth at Maple, Quinn Thomas, said Perimeter was forked from Maple's code. Then Sid Powell, co-founder of Maple, tweeted about this. He said, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Maple Finance is excited that Circle recognizes the quality of our engineering and repo. We share Jeremy Allaire's, CEO of Circle's, view that long tail of capital markets is coming on chain." I'm sure the citation is somewhere in the footnotes. So these two companies, Maple and Circle, go from fighting each other to partnering with each other? Something is going on, and I think I know exactly what it is. If we go into Circle's Perimeter Protocol code on GitHub, we can see the code hasn't been worked on since the protocol's announcement in September. It seems like they may be abandoning this. Reading in between the lines, I'm coming to the conclusion that Maple is the Perimeter Protocol. Circle has decided to instead copy and pasta Maple's code. They are just going to partner with them, which is kind of obvious when you go to the partnership article between the two and read what Circle's VP of the Americas said. They said this collaboration with Maple advances our shared goal of bringing a substantial portion of the long tail of capital markets onto decentralized blockchains. Maple, USDC, and Circle is big, but Maple has something even bigger going for them. Earlier this month, Maple had a podcast with a special guest, Matthew Seigel, head of digital asset research at VanEck. And there were some very interesting things in this talk. First, Sid Powell of Maple reveals that VanEck and Maple have been in talks for some time.
I remember the first time meeting with Jan and you guys in New York, he had mentioned that the story in the background of VanEck with the gold, and I think it resonates.
They've previously met together in New York, but then later in the chat, Matt talks about where the best investment opportunities are in the markets. Let's hear what he had to say.
Taking profits and parking it in something like an on-chain T-bill. But that if we're looking for where like the parabolic profit opportunities are over the next 1 to 2 years, it's probably more in the buy and hold Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the open source tokens, maybe even MPL.
He mentions only 3 assets: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Maple. Maple's governance token is an asset who has high potential for parabolic profit. Later on in the chat, Matthew basically says Maple is one of the coins VanEck is eyeing.
And I'm going to hang around and listen to you guys. I love the idea of what you're doing, and we are keeping an eye on the real world asset protocols and look forward to getting more engaged. Like right now, even with our regulated funds, we can't touch anything in DeFi or on chain. That may change. So the SEC proposed this custody rule that forces investment advisors to hold all their coins with qualified custodians, which means in the US you basically have to be with Anchorage or Coinbase Prime or Gemini, and limited things to do in DeFi. But we can own DeFi coins, and we're certainly monitoring very closely what's happening.
I must say this is max bullish for Maple, having VanEck say they are one of the coins they are following progress on. And if regulators allow DeFi tokens, it will be one of the coins they ape into and possibly create a fund around. The Chico army was early on Maple, but now let's be early on another project. Layer 2s for Ethereum. EVM chains are highly important. Everyone knows about the popular ones like Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Immutable, and more. But these are all public chains, meaning all the data from transactions to the mempool to the user addresses is fully public. Now, many people are excited for ZK zero knowledge layer 2s that are coming, like ZK Sync, Starknet, and more, because many people believe they will be private because of the name, zero knowledge. But that's not true. Most ZK rollups today use ZK snarks for scalability only. There is no privacy. Anyone can follow the chain and see the current state in clear text, just like they can with the Ethereum mainnet. Although there is an underrated layer 2 for Ethereum many people are overlooking, who has a fully private layer EVM that is in production, and that is OASIS's SAPPHIRE. The beauty of SAPPHIRE is it can be used in 2 different ways. From this tweet on SAPPHIRE from OASIS, we can see they say, SAPPHIRE, the privacy layer for Web3, can be used as both a privacy L1 and L2. Add privacy-enabled features to your existing projects that live on another blockchain, or build new privacy-enabled projects native on OASIS. Like I mentioned, SAPPHIRE is in production. The mainnet is launched, and soon we are going to see projects launching on it. So let us be early to this new wave. There is the first DEX of the RWAs ecosystem launching very soon. That is ILLUMINEX, the first multi-chain privacy DEX in existence, and the features are so exciting. First, it allows privacy wrap tokens. Second, confidential unwrapping. And third, confidential multi-chain swaps, all MEV free because it's truly private. The launch is coming this quarter, sometime within the next month. And out the gate, it will support swaps on Ethereum, Binance Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, and ZK Sync. But they also say more. Yeah, there will be more chains coming with the V1 launch. I wonder what ones. Now, one of the reasons I'm so bullish on ILLUMINEX is the fact that the OASIS Rose team is supporting and backing the project. They tweeted about their testnet in early November, and as we can see from their tweet, the swaps are privacy compliant. Like I mentioned, you can use ILLUMINEX on the OASIS SAPPHIRE testnet right now, and I'm personally doing me some test swaps because they are going to be airdropping some tokens, and it's likely for the testnet users. From their docs, we can see 2.75% of their tokens are reserved for the airdrop, and they're going to eligible ILLUMINEX community members. And I believe that eligibility is for early users, those that test the product. So don't be late, Chico Army. We are the early birds, and we love to get those worms. Cheers. I'll see you next time.
The most trustless name in